Good morning, a warm welcome to all our viewers that are joining us this morning. A special edition, as it is the preface to Purim. I guess if we take a step back and we look at Purim, one of the classic questions that many would ask is, well, what is the big deal? Compare it with the other festivals, it seems to be rather overhyped. What do I mean? Take Pesach. What happened on Pesach? Miracle after miracle, open miracles, 10 plagues, Egypt brought to its knees, Jewish people leave, sea split. You couldn't ask for anything more dramatic. So dramatic, they should make a film about it. In fact, they did. Then you move on to, to Sukkot. So we were in the wilderness, a barren desert, and God, the clouds of glory protected us. God provided us with food, with manna, with water in the desert. It doesn't get better than that. You come to Shavuot, fire, and fire coming down from the mountain, lightning, thunder, a whole display on top of Mount Sinai, and God speaks to the Jewish people. Come to Hanukkah, what happens? The miracle of the 8 days. The oil lasts for 8 days. What an open miracle. It comes, and what happens? Comes to Purim, nothing. There isn't tremendous excitement. It seems like a slew of coincidences, happenstance that is in our daily lives. Doesn't seem particularly anything more remarkable than a day in many of our lives, if we think about it. I happened to be in Brain Cross. I was in Kosher Kingdom. You're not going to believe what I bumped into. And then they told me, I was looking for a job, and they, put me in touch with the right person. Oh, what a luck! What a stroke of luck! That's the way we would describe it. So we may say that's the approach that we have when it comes to Purim. What a stroke of luck! Esther happened to be chosen for the beauty pageant, and Mordechai happened to be in the right place when Bigtan and Teresh, were plotting against the king, and so on and so forth. I want to answer this question about why Purim is perhaps one of the most remarkable festivals, the most extraordinary festivals, and is, in fact, in a sense, is greater and more important than the other festivals, by asking another question. We have a lot of details when it comes to the Torah, details about every aspect and facet of life, from the moment we open our eyes to the time that we shut them at night. Everything is talked about, discussed, dictated by the Torah, by the oral tradition that we have, which expounds on the written Torah, and therefore we understand at every twist and turn what we're meant to do. There was once a young student, and he came to the rabbi, and he asked the rabbi, I've been just started learning about Judaism, and it seems that there's an inordinate amount of details about this, details about that. Surely it doesn't make such a difference. So many details about slaughtering an animal, about the way to wear tefillin, about the way to pray. Why can't it be more spontaneous? Why all these details? So Rabbi says, you know what I'm going to do? Give me your email address and I'll send you an email with an answer. So the guy wrote down, the student wrote down the email address, and the rabbi said he sent an email. Anyways, comes back the next week, and the student says, I didn't get an email from you, Rabbi. You didn't get an email from me? Oh, that's strange. I wonder why. Can I just, so he says, look, where did you send it to? And he reads out the email. He says, no, between my first name and my last name, there's a dot. The rabbi said, there's a dot? I didn't put in the dot. Who cares about a little dot? It's the same name. That's just a detail. Why do I have to put it in? And at that moment, the penny dropped with the student. That it's precisely with the details. That's where the connection is. That enables that email to get across. That enables us to find God in the details. And that is perhaps the answer to the question about Purim. What is Purim? Why is it so great? It's precisely in where do we find God in our lives? It's precisely in the details. It's in every nook and cranny, in every twist and turn in our daily lives, in the mundane. The ordinary becomes extraordinary because we allow God into our lives, because we find God, we reveal, we uncover as we are peeling off our masks. So we are peeling off the masks which are in our lives, and then we are able to understand and to see God. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah, I'm just online. Sorry, thank you very much. Yeah. Thanks, see ya. Apologies, you wouldn't believe it. Someone was at the door. Okay, so where were we? Yeah, so God is in the details. When it comes to Purim, we compare Purim to Yom Kippur. Yom Kippurim, it's a day like Yom Kippur, in that we are able to come as close to God on Purim as we are on Yom Kippur. That's a strange statement if ever there was one, but the answer is quite simple, as we've already mentioned. When we start looking at our lives and we start looking more closely, we are able to have an understanding and an appreciation and a comprehension as to what's really going on beneath the surface. If we are able to pierce the veil, as it were, and to see behind the mask, we'll be able to see that God actually is there guiding us, instructing us, leading us by the hand through every twist and turn of life. And therefore, really, there are miracles on a daily basis that are occurring to us. Yeah, miracles are the reason why we don't see them as miracles is because they're just happening all the time. That doesn't make them less miraculous than a sea splitting or lightning or anything else. It's the fact that God is showing himself through our daily occurrences that he's guiding us and helping us with. And therefore, it's up to us to be able to look beneath that veil and to be able to see and to reveal and to come to find God in those details, in the details of our lives and the details of our observance. And therefore, in a sense, Purim is the greatest day in the year. It's a day when, on the one hand, we become exceptionally jubilant. We lose a part of ourselves, and one of the ideas of that is that we focus on the subconscious. The subconscious comes out when a person has had a little l'chaim. I'm not saying you have to drink a lot, but at least drink, a little l'chaim, and everyone on their own level. But the point is, then the subconscious is able to be revealed. And we may say one thing, but we think or feel another. But when you tap into the subconscious, then hopefully we are able to see ourselves, look in the mirror, and to be a manifestation of that divine light. So we wish you all well. We wish you a happy Purim, Purim Sameach, a Freiliche Purim. There is a Megillah reading, 9:30 tomorrow at my house, 15 Folkington Corner. 15 Folkington Corner. That's tomorrow morning, a late, quick Megillah reading, 9:30 a.m., followed by breakfast. We hope you'll join us. In the meantime, it's an opportunity, once again, for me to thank each and every one of you for joining us every single day. It's extraordinary that we've been through, I think it's close to 2.5 years or something that we've been doing this. It's I get as much out of it as you do. And look forward to seeing as many of you as possible in Shul tonight for the Megillah and for the Carnival and all the celebrations. Thanking Deborah Morris for her fantastic program yesterday with the Cubs and the Scouts, and looking forward to seeing everyone later. Take care. Have a Purim Sameach. All the very best.